welcome back to Oulton Park in Cheshire. It's Thundersports GB, and this is Junior Power Bikes and Street Fighters. And on pole position, we have 140 Ben Grindrod, then 23 Tony Coombs, 21 Christian Idem, and 5 Leon Jeacock. There we see Christian Idem's bike. Christian won the earlier race. Yes, he's always cheerful, that chap. There's Leon Jeacock on the outside of that front row of the grid, and there above them, rather menacing clouds, and behind them have one Rob McNeely on the Moto 450, just concentrating there, concentrating perhaps on the grid girls who are leaving the grid, and it's eyes down from full house, away they go. Good start to the Junior Power Bikes and Street Fighter. Tony Coombs hits the front, number 5, Leon Jeacock in second place at Old Hall. Now, we'll have to wait and see what happens at the bottom of the hill. There is no correct line, as it were, through Old Hall. Goodness me, that looks menacing. Come on, guys, get going and get as much racing done as you can. Here comes Tony Coombs. Yes, Oulton Park, one of the great natural circuits, so not necessarily one correct line through any of the corners, but Ben Grindrod's got a good one there through the chicane. He's chasing hard after Tony Coombs, and he's just done Christian Idem. They all peel left and right and run. Oh, and a bit of a twitch there, but they run back up the hill towards Druids and into Lodge. Well, the sun is still shining, but you can see raindrops across the camera. I have to say, that cloud, Ian, is about as menacing as I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, as they came over Hilltop, it was bone dry, wasn't it? But around this side of the circuit, the rain is falling, and it's going to be very tricky for some of the riders, and there's an example of that. Looks like John Mercer taking a quick trip across the field.
Yeah, he's at least stayed on board, but up the front, well, look, it seems to be dry at this part of the circuit. Tony Coombs from Christian Idem, then it's Ben Grindrod, and that's Sam Reed, I think, on the Street Fighter B machine, his Honda 600 in 4th place. There we see Steve Hodgson on 200. 14 is Will Hodgson. I don't believe they're related at all, these guys, just a couple of Hodgsons enjoying themselves. But look at those clouds, this is horrible. We've got sunshine and shadows and rain at different parts of the circuit.
Yeah, and Christian Idem's hit the front, Tony Coombs relegated to 2nd place, but look at Sam Reed on that 600 Honda Hornet up to 3rd place, and really sticking it to these bigger race bikes. Will Hodgson, a little twitch going through on the Moto 450 machine. But Sam Reed there on number 15, the 600 4-cylinder Street Fighter, ahead of the 650 twin-cylinder Junior Power Bike of Ben Grindrod.
And these track conditions, very, very difficult indeed. Judgment is absolutely critical. 111 there is Alex Heaton in the Junior Power Bike class. And there, up the front, Sam Reed, he's got up into 2nd place. There's Tony Coombs, he's down into 3rd, but Christian Idem over the top of the hill. Next we should see Reed, and there Tony Coombs alongside him, and Ben Grindrod trying to run in between them, but there isn't room. Tony Coombs just resumes. Well, ooh, I thought Sam Reed was going to just do him again, but Tony Coombs just regaining that 2nd place. But Sam Reed, Ian, I mean, he's really carrying the fight to these two guys. Yeah,
absolutely superb. The Honda Hornet, not something you would expect to be in contention with the Suzuki, but Christian Idem enjoying himself, just wheeling over the dip there. He's not worried by the rain and the slippery surface.
No, I tell you what, though, he'd be worried if he could look up behind him right now. That cloud is about as black as a cloud can be. I don't know what it contains, but it's fairly unpleasant. Tony Coombs just there, still hanging on to 2nd place as he hammers down the straight. And look, Sam Reed, I mean, concentration or what, he's flat on it, but he runs a little wide on the entry into Old Hall, and that is just enough for Ben Grindrod. Ben, the local man from down the road, Manchester, up into 2nd.
Yep, and some of the other Street Fighter B class runners, John Hardwick going through there, the 600cc naked bikes, giving these guys plenty of fun.
And also giving the crowd watching a wonderful variety of machinery. Tony Coombs Now, under pressure from Ben Grindrod. Ben, having got past Sam Reed, is giving Tony all sorts of bother. Remember, there's still the battle for second place because Christian Eden is away up the road on his Street Fighter A Aprilia. Oh, my goodness, though, look at the weather now. Suddenly, with the sun shining, it's absolutely hammering down.
Yeah, that looks like, well, hailstones and snow bouncing off the circuit now, Road. I'm surprised these riders can still circulate as quickly as they are. That's snow coming down, look.
Yeah, it's Keith Smith there. And, oh, Rob McNeely staying on board. Bit of a twitch, but he's still there. Paul Turner going down through Lodge there. Well, the sun is still shining. I don't know. This is every bit of weather, all at the same time, all at the same place. Goodness me. But I tell you what, the pace is still pretty hot. Feet off the pegs there, but up the front. The battle for second. Still Tony Coombs being chased by Ben Grindrod. Oh, Christian Eden comes to the line, and red flags are out, and the weather conditions bringing a halt to the Junior Powerbike and Street Fighter race. Christian Eden takes the win from Tony Coombs, Ben Grindrod, Sam Reed a good fourth, Will Hodgson fifth, and Steve Hodgson in sixth. And the day at Oulton Park, finishing in these really unpleasant weather conditions.